All right, hey man, this is your boy B Ball Prophet. This is the Truth in Sports podcast, man. Thank y'all for joining us again, logging in and watching us again. I got my brothers again. You know, we got the big three right here. All right, got my man Darrell and JPZ be back in the building again. We've been off for a couple of weeks. I know we all been busy. We've been moving all over the country, different places, all over the country and all over the world actually, doing different things, man. But I'm glad that we was all able to come together and get back on this podcast. So today we talking about NBA trades, NBA trade deadline 2025. I know we was itching to get on last week. It was the day, right? The day after the Luka trade, but we couldn't get on. So we gonna get on it today, man. So just to start, man, just real briefly, if y'all could just tell the audience just one or two things about yourself, then we'll jump right into conversation.
Go ahead. Okay. Well, yeah, man. I'm Darrell. Yeah. So a little bit about me. I don't got a hooping background at that level. I mean, I played some high level basketball in high school, and then I went on to play college, and now I'm just kind of coaching and training on the side here and there. But hoop junkie, so I'm tuned in. I'm ready to talk about it. So
So, for sure. Thank you. JP, what you got for us?
can't hear you.
Can you hear me? I can't, but are you on mute? We can't hear you.
What about now?
There you go. We good.
Oh, we good. Sorry about technical
That's all
difficulties.
good.
Yeah, so Jason Pons, former high school, college professional player, uh, hoop junkie like all three of us, right? And ready to jump in, man.
That's for sure, man. So I guess first things first, the biggest trade, probably the biggest trade in the history of the NBA. I think I can't think of a trade that was that impactful. The Luka Doncic AD trade. Um, I guess first question I got, because is who do you think won that trade? Because who I think won the trade, probably a little bit different than most people. And then I know in the group chat, Jay Peasy was saying that he had a unique perspective on that issue, man. So I'll let you go first, JP. What do you think about that trade? Who won it, and what your thoughts are?
Uh, so, so who won it? I think both teams actually won it. I think they got out of it what they wanted, right? I think LA was looking to get a starter to replace LeBron, and that's what they got. Uh, Initially in our group chat, I was thinking that the Lakers were not trying to win now, and then they made another trade to add to their arsenal. So I think they kind of wanted to push the envelope, continue on with what they were doing, and keep moving forward. I think they're right now they're fourth in the West. Uh, Give LeBron some not necessarily help, but take some of the pressure off him, take some of the ball head him off. He can play off the ball.
Right.
He can take a few more plays off offensively. If you watch that
Oh.
first game with Luca, there was a lot of here, Luca, man, go do your thing. I
Mm.
heard, I think in the press conference, Luca mentioned that LeBron was like, "Hey, Luca, be you, go do what you
Yeah.
do." Right? He
Yeah. I
didn't
can see
he
that.
didn't say try to fit in. He just said go be you. That gives LeBron more rest. That gives LeBron more longevity. So I think the Lakers definitely got what they want out of it. Of course, they're going to add some more pieces to fit in, but they have two guys with just outrageously high basketball IQ on the court working
Yeah.
together. And I think Dallas got what they want. They want to win now. Of course, they were complaining about different things with Luca that we've all heard come out in the media now. But I think they wanted to win now, and they also kind of wanted to, seems like, get under the luxury tax in the coming years. Right? You got to pay Luca 345 million. It's kind of tough to build a team out with players other than just role players, right? So I think they both actually won it in their perspective. I think they both got what they wanted out of it. Unfortunately, AD already went down game one, but before he went down, he was killing. He was doing exactly what they brought him there to do. So I think
Yes.
they both kind of won.
Yeah. What you got,
Okay.
D?
Yeah, so I mean, maybe I'm biased, right? You know, I think the Lakers won overall, just for the simple fact, man, that I think AD. Not saying that the Mavericks can't compete, because if AD is healthy, the Mavericks gonna compete 100%. But you never seen nothing like this where you got these type of two caliber players on the same team. Like even when they had
Yeah.
Steph and KD together, it still ain't the same as LeBron and Luka. You know what I mean? And then you
Yeah.
offset it with Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is man, my man is
Killing,
playing out his mind right
killing.
now.
He's killing.
He's playing out his
Yeah.
mind right now. So, in my opinion, I think even if the Lakers don't end up picking up Mark Williams, I think the Lakers can still go compete. Because as of right now, they talking about maybe Alex Len talking about coming there because I guess he bailed on the Pacers. So they just really
Yeah.
need a big. They don't even need a big to come in there and compete. They just need a big that can anchor the paint and just be a big body and set screens for these guys to make decisions and get everybody else open. Because as you see, like last night, how they was breaking down the offense, and then you got guys like Rui Hachimura just can sit out there and just catch and shoot.
Catch and shoot.
DFS can sit there and just catch and shoot. You know what I mean? Like, is so overall, I think the Lakers won. But like I said, on Facebook, I posted it when AD started the game and he started going crazy. I said, "Ooh, the West is going to be a problem." The West, not saying not saying that other teams can't compete with Dallas, but I think with AD, a healthy AD, and they other two bigs, and Kyrie and Clay, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be stiff in the West, man. It's gonna be stiff, some stiff competition. So overall, at the end of the day, I think the Lakers won just for the simple fact that Luka's 6 years younger. You know what I mean? He's 6 years younger. He can prolong LeBron's career for another few years if LeBron really wanted to. So that's why I say overall, I think they won. But I think it was legit. I mean, if I would have been a Mavericks fan, I could see why they would have been mad. But at the same time, if you watch AD, if you really watch AD, when you really watch me, you probably be like, okay, you know what? All right, touche. I was mad, but I ain't as mad. So that's just my thoughts on it. What about you?
I agree with both of y'all. I think, I think AD in some ways is probably underrated. I think he
Yeah.
was talking about,
Yes.
according to the PER player efficiency ratings, he's fourth all time. But then Luka's sixth all time. So I mean, like you've never really seen guys at that within a top 10 all time level get traded for each other. Um, I think the issue with Anthony Davis being injured a lot, as we see, he already hurt. I think that negates a little bit of the impact for Dallas. Um, if I was Dallas, I I probably wouldn't have made that trade, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I think they felt that Luka's shortcomings. I mean, they went all the way to the finals, and they saw that that at his peak, there were some things that what they felt would keep him from being able to actually win the championship.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
that's what they felt like. But I also feel like at 25 years old, I mean, I think even if you go back at 25 years old, even Jordan got a lot of criticism,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
he ended up, we saw what he ended up doing by the end of his career. So I think it was kind of early to kind of, throw him aside. I feel like and go in the other direction. Um, I great trade for the Lakers. They get opportunity to win now and then win later. Um, I think I think that the Lakers. I mean, before they were already in fourth place. Like I don't think people realize that they were like in fourth and fifth
Yeah.
place
Yeah.
already when
Yeah.
they made this trade.
Yep. They
Six
They
was
game
kind of
winning
clicking
had
right
streak.
snuck
there.
up
Yep.
on. They kind of had snuck up. Yeah, they snuck up the rate the standings. So I mean, you're a top four team, and you add Luka Doncic. My first thought immediately when it happened is they gonna make sure LeBron gets another ring because he gets another, and then now he's at what he at? Was he at five now?
Yeah, 4 now.
So he
Four.
gets six. He's at four. He gets five. I mean, if he gets to 5, I think that's enough for people to feel like they could
Yep.
really have that Jordan argument. And I feel
Yep.
like the NBA kind of needs that type of conversation and ratings. I think that was the answer to the ratings. If you ask me, I
Yep.
thought it was funny that Mark Cuban tried to stop the trade and they wouldn't let him,
Yeah, he did.
which tells me that there was a higher power at play.
But Mark Cuban's not. He's
Um,
not a majority owner anymore, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so it'd be interesting. But my immediate first thought was, is that was a ploy to get LeBron back in the mix for one more. And
Yeah.
honestly, I hadn't been for that for the last couple of years. And I seen every year go by and the teams not really being able to, him not be able to pull those teams. I was like, man, they gonna let him just go out like that in his career. I was like, man, they're gonna do something, and here we are.
Yeah.
Um, but
It's true because
I think again. Go ahead.
they need a star in Hollywood, right? Like, when the last time you seen LA not have a star? You're like
never,
the NBA ain't even gonna allow that to happen.
never. And man, and Luca, his game, his flashiness, it fits LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the first 45 seconds he was in the game last night, he threw a lob.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Then he comes out, he threw a no look pass to Rudy, hit him right in the hands. Rudy
Yep.
knocked it down. Glad he knocked it down. But I mean, there were other passes and other things that he did where if you heard the crowd, like it was every 2 step back,
Yeah.
drive to the lane, no look pass. Everybody, like it is. He fits that place.
For
Like
sure.
for them, he is like
You cut
I
off
think
again.
what's crazy is the Lakers. So imagine this. Think about this possibility. What if the Lakers make the finals against the Celtics?
Oh
Boy, oh
man, that's what
boy,
the NBA
boy, oh
needs.
boy.
The NBA would. Oh man, that'll be the highest
NBA
views
Finals.
in the
NBA
NBA.
finals of all
I
time. Yeah, I'm
promise you.
sure it'd have to be. I think I think they're gonna try to set that up. I mean, I felt like they've been trying to. Anytime you can get the Lakers and the Celtics in the finals, your ratings are gonna be crazy. But if you
Yeah.
could add in like LeBron, Luca, um, it's and without sounding too conspiratorial, excuse me. But I remember when they vetoed the Chris Paul to the Lakers trade, and that showed me that they the ones that's really in control.
Yeah.
Basketball reasons.
For sure.
You know, it's so it's gonna be interesting to see. I think I think the Dallas Mavericks are still a pretty good team. What I want to see is I want to see Kyrie Irving now as the only lead perimeter player. Because you
I
never
mean,
see him be the
so
top
we've
perimeter
never
guy.
seen him play well. I mean, not play well, but all right. So he left Cleveland, went to Boston, didn't really pan out.
No.
Yeah.
Uh, Left Boston, went to Brooklyn
Yeah.
as a lead guard. I mean, James Harden eventually took over the role because Kyrie was out a lot, but
Yeah. Well,
it
I
didn't.
think the net stuff was I can't. It's hard to gauge the net situation because we
Yeah.
also had the whole black people Jews situation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. He had to
And
sit
and
out.
we
Yeah,
had the
that's right.
COVID
Had the
situation too.
COVID thing. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, there was a double whammy of issues. Um,
Man,
you know
what's crazy
that
is
yeah.
not to play the race
Boston
card,
was definitely a fail.
but think about this. Also, if the Lakers and the Celtics made it, with Luca being the race that he is, you know what I mean? It's that
Oh, they're
Larry
gonna
Right.
love
Bird
it.
Magic type
You
thing.
go.
You know what I
You
mean?
go.
Like,
Yeah. So you're
You
gonna have
got the
Larry
Magic, you
Magic.
got the Bird, you got Celtics, Lakers. You got LeBron against the Celtics again.
yep.
Because that was a big theme early on when he was coming up, and
Yeah.
then on his championship runs, he had to get past Boston,
Yeah.
and
For
he
sure.
struggled to do that. So that to kind of to run that back at the end. He's went against the two generations. Had to go against the Paul Pierce, Garnett, Ray Allen. Then at the
Yeah.
end, now you got Jason Tatum. I mean, boy, that couldn't be any of a more perfect script.
It'll be crazy. And
You know,
then to caveat, do y'all think, now that I'm thinking about this, do y'all think the whole Luka thing was also because I can't think of a perimeter defender over there? You know what I mean? With Luka being prolific as he is on offense, with no prolific defender to offset that for him. Because if I had to guess, I would say PJ Washington probably the closest thing to being a good defender over there, besides a
in
big
Dallas.
man.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. They struggled defensively. You know, and I think they saw that against Boston.
And that's what I'm
That
saying.
they
That's what
just
I'm
couldn't.
getting
They
at.
didn't have the defenders.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now they are long and big because Klay Thompson is what, 6'7"?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie 6'1", 6'2", and then AD,
Gafford,
Gafford,
PJ
Lively,
Washington at 3.
Washington. They are
Yeah.
long and big and athletic.
Yeah.
And
It's just
PJ's
they
knocking
gotta
down
stay
shots
healthy because
now.
all of them
Kyrie's
hurt right now.
shot.
AD hurt, Gafford hurt, and Lively hurt. All three of them hurt.
Man.
Luckily, it's only, I mean, I say only, they played 50 plus games, but it's the All-Star break. Hopefully that gives them time to recover. Because, I mean, I think they're in 10th right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they
Dallas
in 10th.
is.
Yep.
So, I mean, they got some work to do. I mean, they got to get in the play-in first.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna be like, if everybody's healthy, they're gonna be tough.
They'll be
It's
tough.
to beat. That's a lot of
Yes,
size.
yeah, for
That'll
sure.
be tough. I mean, the West. Excuse me, the West is loaded. I mean, Dallas. You know, I think
OKC
Denver's
is
third
killing.
place now. You know, Denver's quietly just been raising up. But I don't know, man. I tell you what, for the Lakers to get there, it's gonna be rough beating OKC.
It's gonna be rough for anybody beating OKC.
Hey, all right. I wanted to bring that topic up, but I ain't want to, me personally, I don't think OKC getting there. That's just me.
And everybody who has spoken on OKC in the regular season has said the same thing. They said that they're too young. But if they continue to play the way they're playing, that's hard. It's a bunch of young guns who can run and gun. They're all athletic. They play together. They play for each other.
In a 7-game series, I can't see it. I cannot see it. I can't see it. That's just me though. So all I ask is PK. At the end of the season, we got to have that one podcast.
We're gonna play back the predictions.
OKC made it.
All right, we're gonna. You know, all this is recorded, so we're gonna play it back. Then we're gonna see if we was right.
I like them young boys. I like them, but I was just having that discussion.
But think about it. So OKC,
too young to where when you too young and you don't have that experience and you don't have that veteran that can corral them. You know what I mean? When the time comes down to it in a 7-game series where you got to make adjustments and all that, because it's a different game in the playoffs. We all know that. And you don't have that veteran to be in their ear trying to control these boys and corral them when things ain't going so well. Because that's the same reason I don't think the Rockets. I think the Rockets finna flatline because they don't have that veteran. When Van Vliet is your veteran and Jeff Green, that ain't it.
Yeah.
That's not it.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I think
OKC
both
got a lot
those
of pieces though.
They're both really good defensive teams. They say OKC statistically is the best defensive team of all time.
Yeah, because they're young and they fly around.
They brought in Caruso.
Well, what happens in the playoffs? The game gets slowed down, right? The game gets slowed down, and you got to really play now. It ain't a track meet no more.
Can somebody stop Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, though? That's the question.
No, they can't. They can't. But I tell you what. So, once again, I may be biased, but I'm going to put either Vando or what you calling on him and just bother him the whole game because them boys is long. They can't stop him, but they long and they physical. You know what I mean? That way, LeBron, Luka, none of them got to do none of that offensive stuff. You got boys, you got Vando, you got Dorian Finney-Smith, You got, you know what I mean? You got a team of people that can just even come off the bench. You know what I mean? Like you just throw it. You know how when you played a team before and they got that one good player, you just throw different bodies at him, and he got to work, and he got to work, and he got to work because he's getting fresh bodies at him all the time.
So I'll give you that. But who's gonna guard Jalen Williams?
I'm not worried about him. Hey, if
Not
he's
worried
going
about
to
him.
beat you, if he is the one who beat you, I would take that any day.
But he's coming too, though.
He is good, but I'm
He's
saying
coming
I'm
too.
not letting Shea beat me. I'm gonna let him beat me. I'm not letting Shea beat me.
Jalen Williams may be underrated.
He is. He is. He don't get talked about because he in OKC.
Because he behind
The
Shea.
kid can go. He can play defense. He can score. He can do everything.
But he's
But I
another one whose
will
numbers
settle for him
crazy.
beating me over Shea. Because Shea can go for 60.
What was it? Was it when he had 50? And they interviewed him. He was like, it should have been 70 because he had missed. I think he missed a couple layups, missed a couple free throws, missed a couple open jumpers. He was like, it should have been 70. Like
that's what I'm saying.
He scored 50 and was talking as if he had just scored 15.
But that's what I'm saying.
tough,
When you
man.
got to pick and choose, you got to pick and choose who you gonna let beat you.
You know, I would not have thought that he'd be the best guard in the league.
No.
You know, I always thought he'd be good. But you know, when you really break his game, you can miss it. But when you really break his game down, like he's number one in isolation, he's number one in pick and roll, he's number one in transition.
He
Like,
can do everything.
like
But his
he's like
game
number one in guard post ups.
His
Like
game
what?
is so simple and so fundamental. You know how many videos of Shea I've sent to the players that I train? Like it's little stuff. Like it's a quick punch dribble to create space. It's the bump that he does just about every time to create the shoulder bump. He'll do it off a head fake. He'll do it on a drive. He'll do it whenever. It's the change of pace. Fast to slow, slow to fast. He just everything that you know, especially when you're teaching the kid, everything you're telling the kid, when you're telling them this is how you become a extremely good offensive player. Shea puts it all together.
Puts it all together.
And like you never, like every once in a while you'll see Shea dancing on him, like you know he'll get an ISO situation with the shot clock running down. He'll put together like an assortment of moves. There's a lot of times it's just a one quick head fake, jab, go, quick stop, jump shot, quick stop, head fake, step through, quick stop, pivot. It's so simple.
He a dog. He is a dog.
What was it Anthony Edwards? Anthony Edwards say he's unguardable.
He is, and he long.
Right.
Yeah. There's not no real answers. You know, when you watch the film, you know he gets to what the spots he wants to get to. He got a counter for everything. And then you know he's really underrated. You know he's 6'6". He's underrated from an athletic standpoint. So it's tough, man. So I think I would say I would put if I had to guess, I would say OKC, Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, with Denver being a dark horse though because you know Jokic is just so good, and I wanted to give Jokic, I wanted to give him the MVP, but I mean it's tough. I would give it to Shea at this point, but I really wanted to give it to Jokic. But and you know, they kind of started off slow, but like I said, I think they're in third place now too.
Yeah. But they saying, because they tied for third. It's three teams tied for third right now.
Yep.
But
So
Jokic, I don't know, though. I don't understand it. I really don't. It bothers me. But they say he is having the best season of his career right now.
And you like, what happened to the MVP seasons?
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, he's
He
just
is
that
insane,
good.
yo.
But like literally watch that man play, and it's like he's another person that he makes the game. Well, I want to say he makes it simple, and he does. But obviously his IQ is on a whole nother level. But he's always he's always ahead of the defense.
Yeah. He always makes the right read.
He's making the right read, but he's also baiting you and stuff. Like Jokic will bait you into doing what he wants you to do, so he can do this other thing.
Yeah.
So I
So
mean,
I
yeah,
can see why you would want to give it to that. But yeah, it's no way. If they don't give it to Shea, man, I don't know. I'm gonna write the commissioner, man. There's no way, man. There's no way. This dude, man, there's no way. He got his team in the number one spot in the
again,
NBA.
again.
Now they lost 10 games. We halfway through the season. They lost 10 games.
So
Man.
here's a question to throw out on that. Would you give it to anybody? Is anybody on the Cavs even close? Even though they've only lost what 11
Nope.
games now, maybe
Nope.
10 or 11, I forgot.
Nope.
Or they're I feel like the Cavs are more so just playing as a team because Donovan Mitchell isn't having like some crazy season.
Yeah.
But they're just playing well together.
They are. And they almost, you know what? They almost kind of remind me of like kind of like how we talked about, right? They kind of remind me of Dallas. You know what I mean? They bigs is long, right? With Evan Mobley and old buddy,
Yeah.
they bigs is long. They got good guards. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like the same thing, except for they cohesive.
Yeah, that tight knit group. They're basically like they have that same team cohesion and play for each other that OKC has.
Yeah.
Like you can look at OKC, like you can if you know you can watch games and you can see these dudes really don't mess with each other like that. They just on the same team. Like you can see it sometimes when you watch the game, and then you can see like OKC, like these dudes they don't even do an interview by themselves.
100%. 100%.
That's true.
Like it's a group interview. It doesn't matter who dropped 40.
Yeah.
They all right
They
there.
all come together. All
Yeah,
come together. All come together. They got
and
the team. They locked in as a team, both sides of the ball. So I mean, I think it'll be tough. But again, you don't, again, um, we've seen, LeBron that took down super teams before with less talent.
Yeah.
I think, game. I always say game 5, 6, and 7 of the finals, and what was it, 2013? Or no, 2014. I mean, no one played a better 3 games than LeBron James, I think, ever.
Yeah.
To come back from 3-1. So I can't. After that, I can't put nothing past him. But I think if he were to win this last one, it would probably be the biggest one if he
Yeah.
can win this season. And like I
Yeah.
said, they'll have 5 to Jordan 6, but I think those five would be pretty heavy. I still wouldn't say he's better than Jordan because if you get a chance to watch Jordan and live during that time period, you understand that Jordan's peak was just I don't think anyone could reach what he was on at his peak.
Mhm.
LeBron's had a long term, but like when Jordan was hitting, I mean, you even watch the games and it was just, you're like, okay. Like you gotta have the eye test. Like, you can't just go off of numbers. You watch Jordan play and he was clearly dominating. Like, it was like there was times where there was absolutely he was just physically, skillfully just dominant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
LeBron, like Jordan, like LeBron 5, 6, and 7 game 5, 6, and 7. Like Jordan had seasons like where he played at that level.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
That's
he
true.
would like he killed.
on both
It
sides
was
of the
like
ball.
I'm catching
Yeah.
the ball,
That
pop, pop,
part.
pop, J ball, pop, pop, pop. I'm dunking on your big, pop, pop, pop. I'm blowing like you know what I'm saying? Like it was just constant and continuous. LeBron wasn't like that. It was a different type of.
Yeah.
He's a different player and a different, he's just different. He's different altogether.
Yeah.
Like he's more LeBron's more like Magic. Like everybody said it, that's the truth. Like he's
Yeah,
more like
yeah.
Magic. He's more I'm gonna make the right play. If I have the ball with 10 seconds left and my teammate is wide open, I'm hitting my teammate because that's the higher percentage play. Jordan and Kobe, I got the ball with 10 seconds left. Y'all might as well put your hands down because it's not coming to you. I don't care if the entire team is guarding me, except for that one time Jordan accidentally passed the ball to Steve Kerr. But other than that, I'm shooting it. Like it's a completely different mentality.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And you could tell, like, LeBron, he got especially with Luca coming, you could tell. I don't know if y'all been watching him. His game he playing defense now. You know what I mean? Like he energized. Like they put a battery pack in his back by bringing Luca over there.
I had that same thought. And so with the rumors that came with Luca, right, the not working hard, we already know that dude didn't play no defense. Now he's gonna go there. He's gonna see he's behind LeBron. He's gonna see how LeBron prepares
Yes.
for the game, how he
Yes.
works out, how he takes care of his body, his mentality, his training regimen, what time he gets to. He's gonna see all this firsthand. Everybody's heard stories, of it, but like to be there and see it, that is completely different experience, right? So imagine if not even like if just some of that rubs off on Luca. He's already where he is. He's already the player he is now with what's been reported as being bad habits. How is he going to be when he literally, if he locks in, he goes and works out with LeBron? Like, what type of player is he going to be then?
Yeah, he almost don't have a choice. You know what I mean?
He's with LeBron.
But that's what I didn't understand is that all of the issues that they said he had were all issues that could be fixed.
For sure.
And, she's not he's 25 years old. Now, if
He's
you're
not even in his prime yet.
30 years old and that you're still doing these things, but you're 25 years old and even with your faults, you're good enough to take a team to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
all NBA 5 straight times.
I didn't understand. With your faults, you're still statistically the sixth best player of all time. So
that sounds crazy.
So all right, so I got a question.
I hope that works out for Dallas because otherwise that dude's gonna go down as a complete idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, Luka's gonna be on straight revenge mode.
Oh, for sure.
Because he was visibly hurt and shocked.
Oh yeah. That like I said, if I was in control, I would not have made that trade. No possible way. I would have made that trade. I can understand dynamically why you did it. But it's just, it's man, you run the risk, man, that's too many variables that they could not go in your way. Before trading for an older player, especially one who's injury prone.
Yeah, you're right.
And that'll see. But I guess the next big trade that went down was the Jimmy Butler situation, and getting out of Miami. And I guess that was as equally as I guess controversial or hot. I guess. What do you guys think about that?
That one to me wasn't shocking. I mean, where he went was just going to end up on who wanted him. Like he had already made it. It was already so much drama in Miami. You knew he wasn't going to play there anymore. He was just going somewhere. Even though he said, "I don't want to go to Golden State. Don't send me there." He ended up there. But I mean, that's kind of what Golden State needs. Yeah. They got Draymond, but Draymond's getting older.
Yeah.
So bringing another player, I'm sure they're gonna get into it for sure. But bringing another player like with that same tenacity that Draymond has, both on the offensive and defensive end, I think that's another scorer that can help Steph out.
Yeah.
I think it gives Golden State a different dynamic because they're not going to play the same way they played when KD came. When KD came, Golden State changed nothing. KD just slid in there and just worked with them. Until the playoffs and they started ice on them. But now, not only are they they're going to continue to run, the sets they have for steps, all the actions, the split screens, and all that. Now you add Jimmy into the mix. Now maybe you giving the ball to post and Jimmy, you run a split screen off, or it's a pick and roll between Steph and Jimmy. What you doing?
Yeah, that's true. And he said it like when they played the other day. Steph makes it so easy. They ran that split screen and Steph came off and he just slid to the basket because it was so
Wide open.
easy.
Yeah.
Because two people went with Steph.
Yep.
And
What you
you
doing?
just imagine, right? Because he's definitely a better version of Andrew Wiggins. You know what I mean? And Andrew Wiggins was able to do some stuff over there. So I think it's a good. I think it's good for them. I seriously do. I think they still need another piece or two.
Sure.
But I think it's definitely good for them.
I thought, Andrew Wiggins. So, almost from a production standpoint, Andrew Wiggins and Jimmy Butler. Andrew Wiggins probably, I think, averaged more points per game than Jimmy
Yeah.
Butler this season. So,
Yeah, possibly.
I think what happened is, Pat Riley don't give a fuck who you are.
No.
At all.
No. No.
At all.
No.
I think that's what it came down to.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
I think I was
Look,
reading.
If he doesn't care about what LeBron said, he not gonna care about what Jimmy's saying.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, how many superstars did he have and they end up leaving?
All of them.
Except what? Except Magic.
Yeah.
True.
But he the only one that, that.
And he probably would have, who knows, right?
Because, I mean, Magic retired out of there, then Worley retired. But, like they got rid of Byron Scott quickly.
Yeah.
What happened with Michael Cooper? They ended up getting rid of him.
Yeah, Pat, you're right. Pat Riley.
I mean, you can just look at Miami. D Wade left.
Yeah. That's true.
And that was Wade County.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I think I was reading that something about him and Shaq got into it.
Oh yeah, they had to hold Shaq back.
Yeah, it's about to get into a fight.
Yeah, they had to hold Shaq back.
I think another guy, I can't remember exactly who it was. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, I mean, you can't blame. I mean, a guy that's been in the game that long, he's not going to subject himself to the, the whims of just these superstars or whatever. And I think it's all good as long as you're producing.
Yeah.
And once the production goes down, it is what it is. It's not about what you did for me before with him, it's what you're doing lately.
That's true.
And I understand why Jimmy Butler felt a certain way because he done brought them to 2 finals.
Yeah.
Amy.
So
I think it's good for the Heat too, though. Just because they system, like I don't care who you plug in there, man, it works. And Andrew Wiggins, like you said, the dude can get buckets. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they just faltered and they got rid of a superstar and they didn't get a good replacement.
Yeah, for their system, they fine because they was putting Jimmy Butler in the corner anyway. They want to run it through Tyler Hero and Bam. So exactly. That Andrew Wiggins is he's always been a great third, even fourth option. So they'll be fine. And we'll see. Gives Golden State some toughness. I don't know. I think it's a wrap for them though.
Yeah,
Dynasty's over.
Yeah, once you got rid of Klay Thompson, it's over.
Will they make the playoffs though?
They'll probably make the playoffs. NBA is gonna make sure they make the playoffs.
Did they make it last year? No, they made
Did they make it last year? No, they
made
didn't.
It to the play-in.
No, they didn't make it. Or the Lakers. I was like, they ain't gonna let that go again. They ain't gonna let that go again.
So
I feel like there's about to be a lot of changes in the world. I think there's about to be a lot of changes, in basketball. They're talking about having that international league. We see the NBA, including that, the play-in, the cup, Emirates Cup, all that stuff is getting big. So I feel like they're gonna give one last hard swing. We're gonna go with LeBron. We're gonna get the Celtics. We'll give Curry and them one last go round, and then now we can start to really promote these other guys.
Wemby and De'Aaron Fox.
I mean,
that's who's coming.
Yeah, I mean that's they're tough over there, man.
That's coming, and so
that's really coming.
That trade was probably, like I know Luka's gonna what we talked about what Luka's gonna do in LA, what AD is gonna possibly do for Dallas, but what De'Aaron paired with Wemby is going to do for the future. And we can't ignore the fact that Chris Paul is still there to show them.
Man, they just
Yeah.
got to add a piece or two, man. And I'm telling you,
I
it's,
think
And
need
they
to play. I think
kept
they need to play this.
Vassell. They kept their young core. And they got De'Aaron Fox. And they got the type of vet that you need to tell you about everything. How long is Chris Paul? 19 years?
yeah.
I think aren't they? They're in the play-in, San Antonio.
Oh, they will be for sure. They might get to the actual, the top 6 seeds.
Let me see what the standings are, because I mean, for a while I know they were. So right now the Spurs are in. Well, they're in 12th place. They're 3 games out of the play-in. Golden State's in the 10th. They're in the pen. Man, the Phoenix Suns, man, boy. I mean, talk about a trade. Somebody needing to make a trade. It didn't happen.
Bro.
They're faltering. Do you see that they were trying to send Kevin Garnett back to Golden State?
Back to Golden State. He said he didn't want to go.
That's insane.
So do you
That's
think he
insane.
leaves next year?
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, he's jumped. I mean, it's for such a Hall of Fame level guy, he sure bounced around a lot. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably the best player I think ever to probably play for this many teams. So I'm not really sure what he does. He probably should stay put. I don't know
but
what the issue.
he's also getting older too. He's probably going to want to win again.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know if he's going to stay with Phoenix because Bradley Beal can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I only asked that because he seemed like he was highly upset that they even tried to trade him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That I don't know why they did. That was weird. There's something wrong with that Phoenix the organization. I think that's the biggest issue.
I think what's hampering Phoenix as far as in the trade thing is Bradley Beal, because even if you want to trade him, he got to say so. He got to know. He got to say yes.
Yeah,
there ain't you can't sneak behind his back and trade him.
That's true.
That's crazy.
So like any package that you put together, if Bradley Beal's going to be in it, he has to say yes. So I mean, now Phoenix is trying to bring some pieces in or whatever. The only other than trading people on their bench, it's Devin Booker and KD because Bradley Beal can't go nowhere.
It's crazy.
They just traded Justin Nurkic. He was like the only trade piece for real.
Yep. What's crazy to me is Bradley Beal and LeBron are the only 2 in the NBA that got no trade clause. How does that make any sense?
Well, you can see LeBron.
But that's what I'm saying. But we're talking about the Lucas, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how is this a thing? How does Bradley Beal?
He had a good lawyer. He had a good agent, I guess.
But he also got that. He got that when he was in Washington, though. When he was killing in Washington after John Wall was gone. So he was the guy.
Yeah.
Well, what about Devin Booker? Devin Booker should have had that in Phoenix because he's been loyal to these clowns for I don't know how long.
If Phoenix doesn't make the playoffs, I mean, they're rough, but I mean, Dallas is in 8th place. Minnesota's in 7th place. I mean, that trade. I mean, I think what's happening, what people are not really talking about is that salary cap.
Oh, yeah.
And guys are just saying, we're not trying to pay.
I think that's part of the reason why Dallas traded Luka. $345 million. You're paying that dude almost $70 million a year. And you don't like his habits. Yep. And you're thinking that they're not gonna get better with $70 million in your pocket every year.
Nah.
Like if you're not like killing it and working out now, the stigma is once you get your money, you kind of chill out. I mean, has Joel Embiid played more than 5 games so far since he got that paycheck? Like, I know he's hurt, and I mean, obviously we know he's hurt. We know he's injury prone. He's been injured his whole entire career. But
if you're going to be trading guys under the auspices that you traded Doncic, then Embiid should have been traded a long time ago.
Very true. But look, since that trade happened, and since it happened in secret, does that become the norm?
Oh yeah, definitely now.
Because now the owners are taking that power out of the hands of the players.
Yes, I agree.
If they do it in secret, it doesn't get leaked. You don't get the uproar because I guarantee you, if that Luka trade would have got leaked before it happened, it
They
wouldn't
would
have
try.
happened.
They would try to burn the gym
They would
down
have. I was
first.
about to say the whole arena would have got burnt down.
If you go watch the
playing outside.
if you go watch the Rob Pelinka talk about it, he said that he told Buddy, he told Nick Harrison, if this get out at any, I mean, like the slightest bit, it ain't gonna happen.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure. Like
They
so,
was
I mean,
playing.
yeah, I
They
think
was playing some high level games. But that's. I mean, folks got recognized. The time that we in, and is the players had so much power and control for so long that the owners are gonna try to band together and take some of that back. And they're like, if we giving guys $350 million deals, then we have to be able to control what the expectations are. And you can't get mad at that. And, I think same thing in Minnesota. They felt like we're not gonna give Carl Anthony Towns that type of money because we just don't feel like I feel like at 50,000. Sorry, at like maybe 150,000, right? 100,000, and to us, we're seeing these numbers are all so high, like it don't really mean nothing, really. Like we don't. I'm sure we're not looking at these numbers the same way that the owners are looking at those numbers.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? To them, 350 million, 150 million is a substantial difference. To us, like it ain't really because we can't even fathom none of that shit anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, shit, why you mad about another 200 million? I mean, fuck, we talk, well, shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right.
Look, bro, if I open my account and there's 350 million, I probably wouldn't buy nothing because I wouldn't know what to buy.
We didn't know what to buy.
And so know what to do with it.
These guys are counting those millions like we counting the $1,000 in our bank. Like we got to pay rent this month and we got to do this, and we thinking because I think most of us think that they don't think the same way because it's such a huge amount of money. But they're like well shit, that extra $200 million, like that's how are we gonna make that back in revenue? Like
Yeah.
it goes so much into it.
Yeah, it's all business stuff. Yeah, for sure.
So because then I learned a long time ago, even when these guys are getting these deals, like I remember they broke down Jason Tatum's deal, and there's like he getting $200 million contract, but when all the taxes and everything is taken out,
that's not the same.
that's like 85 mil.
And keep in mind that they play taxes in every city they play. Every state they play, and that game check is taxed.
Oh, and if you play in Boston, they call Boston, Taxachusetts, not Massachusetts. Taxachusetts.
But just think about it. And for Luka,
oh man, he mad right now.
Texas don't pay state taxes.
He mad now.
Oh man, Texas don't pay state taxes. Now he done went to LA. Oh man, they finna hit him across the head.
oh yeah, California, they're hitting you across the head.
So I got a question for you guys.
At 350.
I got a question for you guys on contracts. So there's been talk. KG was a big proponent of it. He mentioned it. Do you think that the NBA contracts are going to start looking more like the NFL contracts? And I don't mean just not the non-guarantee part, but okay, yeah, 345 million because that's what you're eligible for, but it's going to be incentive based. It's going to be the amount of games you play. It's going to be the stats. It's going to be whether you win this award, that award, so on and so forth. Similar to who has a contract like that from New Orleans. Zion has a contract, and it's like some of one of the stipulations is his weight.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So do you think it's going to go that way?
I think, since they already do it, yes. But I think they're gonna start trying to do away with the guaranteed part, like how the NFL do, right? Your contract 120 million, but you guaranteed 80.
Right.
Because that's what's the problem with the NBA, man. These dudes, it's all guaranteed.
Well, you want to know what's crazy?
What's that?
You want to know what's crazy?
What's that?
I don't know if you guys see what happens in the NFL, right? So they have those contracts. feel like
PK, we lost you, bro.
hold on. If they don't want to pay out those incentives, they'll sit guys out. Like I've seen in the NFL, like a guy got one more game, two more games left, he's about to get that incentive. All of a sudden, that motherfucker get benched.
Yeah, but they do that. They've done that in the NBA too.
Yeah.
They've done that in NBA. They've done that a few times in the NBA too, where somebody has to get to a certain number of games to get that whatever award or achievement that they need to get that payday, and they set them out.
Sub them out. So I think that happens, and I think if more contracts become incentivized, and I think in the NFL, like the owners, they get away with it. Like I see it, but I never see like no, like okay, they do it, they know they did it to you, so what are you gonna do? And I don't see no
Yeah.
consequence. I think if they try that main as much in the NFL and the NBA, I feel like it's gonna be a whole bunch of pushback.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
A whole bunch of pushback.
Well, I mean, it's because like you've already given it to them, so now you're
Mm-hmm.
taking something away. In the
Yeah.
NFL, there were never guaranteed contracts, so it's never been
Right.
a thing.
Yeah.
When you grew
Yeah.
up seeing NFL and wanting to go play in the NFL, when you got that big contract, you already know it's going to be incentive based, and it's not going to be guaranteed. But you know
Mm-hmm.
that the NBA contracts are going to be guaranteed, so now you're going to take that away.
Yeah, but
100%.
Yeah,
it's I think part of it is just the stipulations, right? You talking about a 15-man roster versus a 52-man roster.
true. And
You know what I mean?
and the NFL is about the shield, and the NFL and the NBA is about the players and the superstars.
Yes, 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 yes. 100%.
100%. Man,
Because
that's crazy.
that player association in the NBA, them boys is going to bat for them boys, man. Like they will
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
tooth and nail.
they're
They'll sit
not.
out the whole
Yeah,
season.
They
they
done it.
ain't gonna go for that. They're gonna have LeBron James on TV talking about this. They're enslaving them. They out here. It's like a cotton field now these days. They give you a contract, they take it away. Man, they're gonna have Black Lives Matter. They don't want to mess with them cats, bro. You do not want to mess around with them and their money, bro. No, no, no. Man, they do not play around. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the difference between the NFL and the NBA
Yeah,
is like you said, the NBA was always a little bit more player centric, I guess you could say.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
In NFL, where the NFL coaches, because I was reading stuff, these coaches they was doing. I forgot who it was as a quarterback. I think it was one of them. Was it Deshaun Watson? One of them, and they just did him the dirtiest to make sure he ain't cash in. I mean, they was just doing, and I was like, man, there ain't no way they're gonna get away with it. I was waiting to see what what was gonna happen after.
yeah,
It ain't nothing happened. I was like, man, that ain't gonna fly in the NBA, boy. Let them mess
yeah,
around with somebody money in the NBA, like, boy,
yeah, yeah.
Them
It's
niggas, all
different.
the NBA niggas got podcasts. They're gonna be talking bad
Oh,
trash on
yo,
podcast
and
King.
that's
Gonna be talking, man.
that's the difference too. Like, I mean, Draymond podcasting in the locker room after the game, like, so, like, it's
He be like, hey,
it's
man, my man right here, they ain't paying him his money after. Hey, bro, hey, Al Sharpton, what's up, bro? You know, they have one of them motherfuckers in the locker room ready to go. So
right.
nah, you ain't gonna get away with that. No, 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 no. But that's cool, man. I mean, I get it. Um, but you ultimately, man, you got to just move with integrity in all you doing. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
whether you're a coach, I mean, whether you're an owner or a player, and that's why sometimes the Jimmy Butler situations, stuff that James Harden had done in the past to try to force your hand. Sometimes, I get it, but sometimes, you may do more harm than good because I think now you got the owners kind of like on the defensive now. They were
Yeah,
on the defensive, now they on the offensive, I think.
yeah,
So it'll be interesting to see the precedent because I think when I was reading a lot about when this trade happened with Luka and AD, I think one of the big things that hit people is that it created a new precedent,
yeah.
and how these things happen. And like
Mhm.
you said, it was done in the dark. So we're gonna see how if things start moving more like that. I guess they had to wait for old boy to quit before they started. What's this boy? The reporter. What was Woj? They were like, we're gonna
Oh.
wait till they said we got Woj in the back and no more Woj bombs, so
Look,
we gonna.
yeah. I mean, look though, Shams is almost just as bad.
Yeah, Shams be on it too. Shams be on it too. But I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how I feel about Shams. Sometimes I feel like he be a plant too. You know what I'm saying?
That fool
But
said a plant.
yeah, they send him in there real quick where they gonna have him tell you what they want the narrative. I feel like the narrative that he be giving be more so what the powers that be want to give. And
Yeah.
I think Woj just gave it to you and let you figure out which way you want to go with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but we'll see how that goes, man. But man, great conversation, man. Today, I'm glad that we was able to get on the line. And there's a lot that we'll break down and chop up in some smaller segments. A lot of good ideas and thoughts about stuff. A lot of good commentary, man. And we gonna get through the All-Star weekend. And then our next podcast, we'll review the All-Star weekend and see. They made some changes. I know the All-Star game in the past couple of years been shaky.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll jump on in 2 weeks and review the All-Star game and see what they had, man. But man, I
Quick
appreciate.
question
Yes,
before
go
we get
ahead.
off. Quick question before we
Uh-huh.
get off. We did mention briefly, the NBA is trying to get that league over here in Europe, right? I know
Mm,
that the Turkish, the Euro League is actually the license is up. I don't know if they're going to renew it. I haven't been
mm,
able to find too much information on like what they're doing to renew that.
mm,
But of course, the NBA is trying to slide in, right?
See,
Uh,
I wasn't aware that contract was up, so that makes sense.
it's coming to an end. I just don't like. I haven't seen anything of whether they're renewing it, what they're doing, or whatever. But of course, the NBA saw uh, uh, an avenue for them to slide in and create a league.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get over here.
That's dope.
What do you guys think that will look like? Like if you were to take, and I don't know if they're going to run them separately or they're going to run them in conjunction to where you have your champion in Europe and your champion in the States, and then they play one for the actual world title. Do players get traded from the Lakers to Real Madrid?
Right, 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 right.
I mean, like,
Hey, we just talked about the player association. They ain't going for that, man.
And you gonna need a visa. You gonna have all
look, I
types of
mean,
stuff
they
going
can
on.
take look that they can take care of that, but I mean, especially with the NBA being involved in all their connections, they'll take care of that. That'll be a quick process.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah, but
mean,
the
like,
money ain't the same.
well, if the NBA is involved, is it? Does that increase the money? Does that increase the sponsors?
I
Does
don't
that
know if
increase
them
the
owners gonna
viewpoint?
go for that, man.
You
Yeah.
say you don't know who?
I don't know if the owners will go for it.
Oh, that's true. I mean, but still, I mean, I don't know. The owners are all about money. So if
Yeah, for
they
sure.
can globalize their team's brand even more, and that's a whole nother revenue scheme that's coming
Yeah,
in.
but yeah.
I know. I mean, look, I know it's tough, but I'm just saying, like, if they were to somehow try to combine these leagues, like they have NBA Africa, but it has nothing to do with the NBA other than the NBA is sponsored and running it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Don't know if this international league they're talking about, but they mentioned playing games between the two,
Right. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is something they have not mentioned with NBA Africa.
Right. Right. Yeah. The NBA Africa is more developmental piece right now. They're trying to really get ahead of the talent that's coming out of Africa. So that's more so what the purpose of that is. I don't think they would ever really have play games. 'Cause I don't think Africa just doesn't have the infrastructure for all that. I don't believe.
Yeah.
Or if they,
Well, look, we didn't heard South Sudan. They practicing outside and stuff.
Yeah.
right, and that's with the funding of an NBA player still.
Yeah.
Right.
Luau Deng funding. And
Yeah.
there's just not a lot of infrastructure. But that'll be
Yep.
interesting to kind of see how everything shakes. I think we are going into a global system. A lot of changes in the world. So I definitely believe what I believe is things are going toward, more toward like United Arab Emirates, that type of thing. Even the Turkish airline sponsorship of the Euro League. Turkey is very in close relations with the UAE, and all that. You know, they played a game. NBA game was played, you know, out there. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts. It'll be interesting. And like I said, the game, the world is caught up with American basketball. So you know, I think the only direction that can go on is it for it to go global, because I don't think that America will ever get back to being just the top place for talent basketball wise. I think that that's done. Did we lose JP?
Yeah.
We lost him, man. But now we close out, man. Man, appreciate y'all, brothers, so much. We'll jump on in 2 weeks. I'll chop this up, send everybody the links, man. And thank you for everybody for jumping on and viewing and watching and listening. We appreciate y'all, man. We always get a lot of good feedback and a lot of views. So, you know, as long as y'all keep showing love, we're gonna keep doing this, man. So big love to my bros. But we lost JP, but big love to JP. Big love to you, D, man. And we'll see you guys next session.
For sure.
All right, now. Love y'all, man. Holla at me.
Yeah, for sure. Be easy.
All right, now.